Hi, I'm Hilary Arthur from arthuranddaughters.com, here in the arthuranddaughters.com studio to talk to you about how to spot a replica of a designer handbag. So there are some key things to look for when determining whether a bag you're interested in buying is a replica or whether it's a real designer handbag. Now, it's important to know a little bit about the history of the particular bag that you're interested in buying. Here I have a classic Chanel 2.55 bag. Now, originally, this bag had a square closure when it was first made back in the 1950s by Coco Chanel. Now, Coco also designed the bag with a chain detail that was a little bit different than the way that it's made today. The original chain was all metal and it looked a bit more like a rope instead of this chain woven with leather inside. So a great way to know whether your bag is real or if it's fake is whether it's something that the company actually really makes. Now, the original Chanel bag may have had this square detail, but as I said, it didn't have this chain detail. So these two things were never produced at the same time. So this particular bag was never made by Chanel, and that's how we know that it's not a real bag. So moving on to our next bag, we have here a classic Louis Vuitton Speedy bag. Now, when trying to determine whether your bag is real or whether it's a replica, it's very important to take a look at the inside finishing details of the bag and all of the detail that goes into it. Now, if we take a look at this particular real Speedy bag from Louis Vuitton, you can see that it has this great inside pocket made of canvas with a leather finishing pocket detail and this yellow stitching. It has a curved pocket and it's waxed on the inside to protect the items that you have. Now, if we take a look at this replica bag, you can see that it's very different, and you can tell that by all of the finishing detail here on the bag. Of course, the shape is entirely different. It's made out of an entirely different material. It has a zipper, and you can see just in the quality and the finishing of these details, it has frayed edges that are cut, not sewn, and the stitch detail is brown, not the classic yellow that Louis Vuitton actually uses. Now, also, when we take another look at some of the finishing details of this bag and the seaming, that's when you can really begin to see the difference in these bags. The replica bag, the seams are covered with this brown plastic, whereas in our real Speedy bag, all of the seams are covered with this cotton canvas, which is very clean and neatly stitched and not fraying at all. When you're shopping for a designer handbag, particularly online, you want to keep an eye out for 4 key things to protect yourself from buying a replica bag. The first thing you want to take a look at is the price. Is the price too good to be true? Is it too low to be real? If it seems too good to be true, it probably is. Also, you want to take a look at how the bag is described. Particularly, does the seller of the bag ever explicitly state that the bag is authentic? If they skip over that particular detail, it's probably because the bag is not real. You also want to take a look at the return policy. Is it possible to return the bag? Somebody who is willing to take a return is standing by their merchandise and is a strong indication that the bag is real. Another important thing to look for when buying a bag online is to ensure that they show plenty of pictures of the bag. You want to see details of the inside of the bag, details on the outside of the bag, and you want to see pictures of the authentication number. If the person selling the bag doesn't show those numbers, please ask them to send you those pictures. If they're not willing to send you the pictures, it's very unlikely that the bag is real. I'm Hilary Arthur from arthuranddaughters.com, and that is how you spot the difference between a replica and a designer handbag.